the Jews killed Jesus. That is what an Australian rugby player is saying, and it made the news, I guess. So this is from timesofisrael.com, and it is scandalous. So Jared Hayne is an Australian rugby star trying to make an unusual transition to the NFL as a potential member of the San Francisco 49ers. That's what this starts out in this article by saying. So it's a pretty short article, and I was reading it, and I don't understand what's going on here, because he tweeted a couple things, and see if I can find it. Yeah, he tweeted this quote: "Jesus wanted to help people, but was killed by his own people." And Hayne tweeted that on July 1st. It says a day later, he added, "The Jews were the people who took him, Jesus, to the Romans, and forced them to give the order because they couldn't." If you read the Bible, that's actually true. So I don't see what the problem here is. Whether the Romans or the Jews killed Jesus, technically the Romans killed Jesus. Pontius Pilate had him crucified, but he really didn't want to, according to the Gospels. But the Jews, the Jews, not all the Jews, mind you, but the crowd was saying crucify him, and then the high priests are the one that brought Jesus to Pilate. So that's all fine and dandy, right? But it's what this article says is just it's what I don't understand. It says that he also seems to be trying to stir up a millennia-old anti-Semitic debate. Okay, so how this is anti-Semitic, I'm not really sure. That'd be like saying, the Chinese government killed its own people, therefore anti-China or something. That it just happened. It's not like an anti-Chinese thing. But the debate part is that you have people that say, oh, the Romans did it, oh, the Jews were responsible, but they're both responsible. There shouldn't be a debate. But it says that the Vatican in 1965 rejected the charge that the Jews were responsible for Jesus' death, his crucifixion. So this is just wacky. I understand what's going on, but I still don't understand why this is anti-Semitic. Yeah, why would you tweet that, I guess, is the question. It just, it's, it's somehow offensive to say that the Jews killed Jesus. I understand that part because that started the whole anti-Jewish thing in the, from the first century on to whatever it was. Actually, it wouldn't have been the first century because the Jews were persecuting the Christians, even though they were Jews themselves. But this whole idea has led to, I'm guessing, the sort of anti-Semitic thing in general. And so, at least partially, if you... I have the theory that the Holocaust wouldn't have happened had Martin Luther not have happened because he wrote a lot of just terrible things about the Jews later in his life, and he's the founder of the Lutheran Church and blah, blah, blah. So I'd rather take Hayne over Martin Luther, but, that's you just don't tweet that. That's kind of silly. Just, hey, he was trying to help people. His people killed him. Why would you tweet that? It's silly all around. But the fact that the Vatican issued the Nostra Aetate, which officially stated that the Jews were not responsible for the death of Jesus. Why? That's just weird. As usual, I'll end with a bit of advice. I would say that you'd be best, the safest not to tweet about anything Jewish, okay? Just don't do it. Don't go there.